Welcome back to Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2021 with the Boston Celtics. It's February 1st. We just made a deal for Victor Oladipo. We traded Aaron Nesmith and some junk. We rid ourselves of Rondo's contract, Jeff Green, who the Lakers immediately waived, and Dwayne Dedmon for Oladipo. Victor's averaging almost 16, 4.5, and 5 on the season. He signed for another 4 years beyond this at about 21 a year. So not terrible, but it'll hurt a whole lot less once Kemba's off the books in a season and a half. And that means next year, presumably, we're going to go into the season with a starting lineup of Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Victor Oladipo, Kemba Walker, and probably Miles Turner or Robert Williams III. We'll have Toppin, and we're going to be pretty well set up, I think, once Jaylen is back next season. We're 34-16, but that puts us in third place. We're half a game behind Philly and a game and a half behind Brooklyn. So we're going to go ahead and play. The poor New York Knicks, 6-45 on the season. Yeah, that's rough. So we're going to go. I think I already set the depth charts. Let me make sure. Yeah, I don't want Oladipo playing the point, though. We're going to have to change some of this around. Oladipo's only at 28 a game. And we're not a very deep team. That's for sure. I think what we'll do is... that and that. Yeah, that's fair. I like that. And we're without Robert Williams as well for another 2 months, who has a broken nose. So we're playing a lot of... we're missing a center here because I didn't reset my lineup. So who plays center? Toppin? Or do we go Mason Plumlee? Do we go small? I think we're going to go small ball here. Let's... Toppin's what, 6'9"? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go small ball here. So we're gonna go Toppin. Tatum is gonna play more minutes. Bay's 6'8", 215. Oladipo's 6'4". Yeah, we're not a big team. Reddish is 6'8". I think this is what we do. I guess we give Plumlee a few minutes. I'm not really keen on that, but we got to do what we got to do here. Oh, I just made a mess out of this. Okay. So 5, 5, 5, 5. What are we missing here? Power forward. Let's do this. So we will bring Plumlee in here as the center. Bring him in here. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Missing the power forward there. So we will do power forward, center. Small forward. Yeah, so we'll do this. Sorry, and I was getting really quiet there while I was doing this. So we'll run with 1, 2. We're missing a power forward here as well. So Toppin will play the power forward there. Are we good to go? I think so. Yep. All right. So there's our lineup. Plumlee's going to play more than I'd like, but that's okay. Let's get to it. So our first game is not here. Let's get to that first game. Not here either. Here we go, and it's against the Nets. Of course it is. So real challenge for us right off the bat. Let's see how this one goes. They're 23-3 at home. And we lose by 4, and Obi Toppin suffered an injury. Damn it. Let's look at that first. He's out for 12 days. Man, we are going to be really small now. Okay. So we lost by 4. Turner with a big game. Oladipo had a good first game for us, 23-6. Kemba only had 9. Miles Turner, 29-9, 6 of 12 from the three-point line. Couldn't stop Kyrie Irving, who had 44. Let's move on. The AI should adapt as we play the Cavs on the road now. And we win 111-97. Big game for Jason Tatum. 39 points, 17 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks for JT. So what did they do off the bench? Okay, well, it is what it is. It's fine. Reddish had 14. Hampton had 8. Oladipo didn't shoot much, only took 8 shots. Kemba with 22, 7, and 6. Good game for Kemba. Colin Sexton averaging 28 a game for, look at that, he's an attacker, a sharpshooter, and a bucket getter. Tatum's up to 24.4, 8 rebounds, almost 6 assists a game. He is good. Oh, lots of deals. Let's take a look at some, we play the Nets again. Let's take a look at some of the trades that were made. Kyle Lowry and a first to the Nets for DeAndre Jordan and Ricky Murfeld. Wow. That is a steal for the Nets. Terry Rozier to the Pacers for Kira Lewis and Jeremy Lamb. Good deal for the Pacers. Cody Zeller traded. DeMar DeRozan in a second for Okongwu and Danilo Gallinari. I liked Okongwu. He was somebody I've been high on. I wanted the Celtics to draft him. That's a big deal. Good trade for the Spurs to get out from underneath DeRozan's contract and get a young star in return. Jaren Jackson to the Knicks. Wow. For Glenn Robinson and a first. Good deal for the Knicks. Aaron Baines on the move again. So big trades happening. All right, now the Nets come to Boston, and we beat them this time. Tatum had 40 and a bunch more trades that we'll take a look at after we look at the box score. So big trade deadline here. Tatum, 40 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He is en fuego. Oladipo struggled with his shot. 7 assists, 5 steals for Oladipo, though. Double-double for Turner. 15 for Kemba. Hampton, 12 off the bench. Cool. It's a big win for us there. Let's look at what day? We're on the 8th, so yesterday was the trade deadline. All right, so let's go back here. Wow. Oh, wow. So the Pacers turn around and ship Rozier and Sabonis to the Wizards for Bradley Beal, a first and a second. So Terry Rozier was not long for the Indiana Pacers. That's a trade. Sabonis is a 4.5-star, potential 5-star player, averaging 14, 10, and 3.5 for Beal, who's averaging 25 and 4 on the year. Big trade. Markieff Morris was released. I think we may want to sign Morris. He's a good shooter. We'll look at the rest of the deals and then decide what we want to do. But Markieff Morris is somebody we want to think about. Hutchinson, Len, Napier, and Gabriel to the Kings for Karis LeVert. It's an interesting deal. TJ McConnell. Suns traded Fortin. So Gallinari and a first for Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, and Dario Saric. That's a deal. Lonnie Walker was released. All right, so let's go to the free agents and look up Morris. Markieff. We are going to sign Markieff Morris. I can't have more than 50. We got to go to our roster and get rid of somebody. We have a lot of centers. Ryan Anderson, we're going to let you go. Let's go back to here and pick up Markieff. He's a good shooter, which will help on the back end. He's out for one day, but he's going to fill in nicely behind Turner and Toppin until Robert Williams gets back. I think yesterday was the trade deadline, right? Was it the 7th? Oh, it's the 8th. So we're gonna have one more day where we can look at some players who were released. Oh, I guess not. Okay. So the 8th was. Let's just take a look real quick and make sure we didn't miss anything. Frank Kaminsky was signed. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, so off we go. Let's go through the end of the month. We take on the 76ers at home now, and we beat them by 19. Oladipo had himself a game, it looked like. Victor with 29 and 10. That's what we were looking for. Let's go, Victor. Tatum, 20 points. Bey had his best game with the Celtics. He had 16. Turner at 18. Reddish was 16 off the bench. Cool. All right, well, that helps. That's a huge game out of Victor Oladipo. We're going to need that going forward. All right, let's look at our depth, and let's just move Morris up the list here. In fact, do I want to? Morris is 6'8", 245. We're just going to make Morris the center. He's a better shooter. Defensively, he's okay. He's not a great rebounder, but neither is Plumlee. Yeah, so we're going to move Morris up. Play Morris at center for a few games and see how that works. So we take on the Hornets on the road, and we win by 22. Another big win for us. Tatum with almost a triple-double, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists. Miles Turner, 27 and 10. Kemba only took 7 shots. That's great. Had 7 assists. 12 points for Oladipo. There we go. Markieff Morris, 12 points, 3 rebounds off the bench. Let's go. Hampton and Reddish do their things. Lonzo, 1 of 10 shooting, not good. Now, this is not a very good team. Especially after trading Rozier. They have nothing. They went into tank mode. Take on the Wizards. Anybody back from injury yet? Oh, God. Turner's out. And, okay. So I guess we start Morris at center. So Turner, look at the walking wounded here. Obi Toppin, Miles Turner, Jaylen Brown, Robert Williams, all hurt. 4 key players for us. That's okay. We beat Washington by 23, led by Jason Tatum, who had 35 and 8. Victor Oladipo, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Oladipo's been, let's look at his game logs for us. So he came over here to 6 games. And he had 9, 8, and 6 in his first 3 games. So, Oh, no, that's not. 23, 10, and 8. That's his plus minus. 23, 10, and 8. And then 29, 12, and 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of his 7 games, he's been over 20 so far. No, 3 of his 6. Yeah, 3 of his 6. I didn't count this one. 3 of his 6, he's been over 20 points for us. That's been fantastic. Exactly what we needed. Cole Anthony riding the pine for Washington. Brandon Fast was the number 1 overall pick, so they moved Beal to give him some more space. Sabonis, I can't believe that was a good deal for Washington, getting Sabonis and was it Rozier? Yeah, he must be hurt. All right, let's move on. Getting ready to take on the Heat. And we dropped that one by 12, 118 to 106. It's All-Star weekend. Cool. Oladipo had 18. Tatum had 22 and 11. Oh, Obi's back. Okay, so we're going to have to mess around with the depth here a little bit once we get through the old friend Taco Fall plays for the Miami Heat. Once we get through the All-Star festivities, Tatum was only 6 of 21 shooting. That ain't good. Cool. All right. Let's sim through the All-Star festivities, and then we will reset our lineup. Matthias Thybulle wins the slam dunk competition. Steph Curry wins the three-point shooting contest. No surprise there. Let's sim that. Sophomores beat the rookies 153 to 131. Let's look at that. So the rookies, we didn't have any rookies. We don't have any rookies on the team. Obi Toppin with 25 for the sophomores. Anybody else? Hampton is out there. He had 11. 2 points for Nesmith. 4 points for Bay. How is Nesmith doing since he's gone to the Lakers? 8, 8, 20, 14, 11, 13. And they sent him to the G League for a game. So he's doing okay. He's doing pretty well. 8-8. He's got over 20, but he's averaging, looks like to be about the same, but I still feel like we got the better of the deal there. Oladipo is a proven scorer. 177 to 175 final in the All-Star game. The East beat the West. Look at Antetokounmpo and Middleton both starting. Trae Young, 56 points. 18 of 22 shooting for Trae Young in the All-Star game. Tatum made the team, and he was our only player. He had 2. Excuse me. Donovan Mitchell had 36 for the West. That's a game went to overtime. All right, let's sim ahead to our first game post-trade deadline. Excuse me. Sim through a couple of days. Hopefully get some players back. The Knicks are now 8-50. That's not good. All right, so here we are back against the Magic. Let's look at our depth chart. So we got Miles Turner back, so we can put Turner back in there at center. Toppin is back, playing 20 minutes a game. Morris, that's fine. Redick and Reddish. 37 more days till we get Robert Williams back. Okay. All right. We're good. Let's store that and let's move on. So we're relatively healthy as we take on the Magic on the road. And we win 135 to 130 to improve to 40-18 on the season. Where's the box score? Right there. 34 points for Tatum. 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 6 steals for Jason Tatum. Look at those stats. 24.9 points a game, 7.8 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 1.9 steals, 1.2 blocks, and he's only 23 years old. Oladipo had 13, Kemba had 19, Turner 14 and 6 with 3 blocks, Bay had 15, Obi Toppin with 15 as well. Hampton, 6 points, 10 assists in 21 minutes. And Markieff has come in and done pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this. If we look at, He's played 5 games for us, and he only played 5 minutes in the first game, but he's averaging the 20, 30, he's averaging 9 points a game in his last 4. So getting it done. Markieff. We've already had Marcus on the team, so now it's Markieff's turn to get a taste in the green as we take on the Hawks on the road, and we lose by 8. 40-19 on the season. We lose 121-113. 42 points for Trae Young. DeMar DeRozan, 27 points. Old friend Tristan Thompson. That's a huge front line. Tristan Thompson, DeMar DeRozan, and Clint Capella. That is an enormous front line. Old friend Luguentz Dort only played 6 minutes. Tatum with 28. All the starters had double digits again. Bey had 12 points in only 18 minutes. Was perfect shooting. Oladipo had 17. Kemba had 17. Hampton had 12. Toppin only played 13 minutes. I got to get Obi out there some more. Let's move on. So we're going to play to the end of February, and then I'll probably play into March. This episode's gone relatively quickly. Yeah, we're only at about 20 minutes, so we'll go through the end of the month. We'll look at stats and everything, and then we'll play probably another 2 weeks. And then the following episode, we can run through the end of the season. So we're north of the border in Toronto, and we win 109-101. Kemba had 23 and 6. 23.6 assists. Oladipo 14, 5 and 2. Tatum had 22 and 9. Hampton had 16 off the bench. Obi struggling a little bit with his shot here, or with his scoring. Only played 17 minutes. Where are those minutes going? They went to Markieff Morris, who, I can't argue the results. 8 points, 9 rebounds in 21 minutes. Which is weird. But it's working, so we'll continue to let it work. New Orleans comes to town, and we beat Zion and the Pelicans by 21 points, 114-93. Oladipo, another big game, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, stuffing that box sheet. Miles Turner, 20 and 11. Tatum struggled with his shot, only had 14, but added 8 assists. Reddish had 16. His shot continues to improve. Messages, no. Tatum's been fantastic, I know. All right, so it's March 1st. Let's take a look at it. Let me save it, and then we'll take a look at some stuff. And I need to take a quick break after we go through all this, but for you guys, it won't matter because it'll be an instantaneous. So we've moved into a tie for first place with the Nets at 42 and 19. Philadelphia 3.5 back. The Knicks 9 and 53 on the season. Milwaukee leads the Central 45 and 17. Atlanta with the best record in the East at 48 and 17, 25 and 6 at home, 23 and 8 on the road. Out west, Memphis leads the Southwest at 41 and 22, game and a half ahead of Dallas, who's closing in on them a bit. Denver, an 8-game lead over Portland in the Northwest, and then the Suns 43 and 19, a 7-game lead over Golden State. And the Lakers only 33 and 28 as they play this season without LeBron James. And again, the poor Sacramento Kings just struggling. League leaders, Trae Young averaging 36 a game, Harden, Irving, Lillard, Mitchell, Curry, Durant, Sexton, Doncic, and Karl Anthony Towns. Tatum's up to 15th at 24.7. Assists, Doncic, Morant, Young, Fultz, Simmons, Lillard, Westbrook, Holiday, Wall, Booker. There's Kemba at 20. Rebounds per game, Ayton, Capella, Gobert, Adebayo, Drummond, Antetokounmpo, Allen, Whiteside, Wiseman, Anthony Davis. Tatum is 27th. Blocks per game, Davis, Wiseman, Whiteside, Lopez, Isaac, Miles Turner is 6th. Jason Tatum is 19th in blocks and steals per game. Leonard, Simmons, Isaac, Harden, Fox, Payton, Holiday, Davis, Ball, Victor Oladipo is 10th. Jason Tatum is 16th. And 3-point percentage, Macklemore, Sadiq Bey is 5th. Jason Tatum is 15th. Jason Tatum all over the league leaders. So if we look at our stats, obviously Jalen and Robert Williams haven't changed at all since the last time we did this, but 24.7, 7.7, 5.6 assists, almost 2 steals, 1.2 blocks a game for JT. And he's only 23 years old. Kemba's at 18 a game. 3-point percentage has come up. He was at about 32% last time we checked. So he's coming up there. 6.5 assists, 4 rebounds a game. Oladipo up to 16, 5 and 4.5. He's played well for us. Since we got him, Miles Turner's average starting to creep up a little bit too. He's up to 12.5. Obi Toppin, RJ Hampton off the bench, just doing fantastic work. Saddiq Bey is shooting the ball really, really well. 9.5 points, 3 rebounds in 20 minutes a game. Markieff has come in and done a nice job for us off the bench. He was averaging about 9 points a game. Cam Reddish is getting better and better. I love to see it. Redick and Plumlee did what they were supposed to do. And that's that for, let's look at insights. There's a bunch of stuff in here that I've never really gone through. There's just so much stuff in here. What's our best lineup? Our best lineup plus minus wise is Walker was our starting lineup from, without Jason Tatum. Oh, wait, that's backwards. That's our worst. Walker, Smith, Brown, Tatum, and Miles Turner. So our starting lineup at the beginning of the season was our best lineup. Go figure. Yeah, it's hard to look at this because it doesn't. There's no minimums. You see, 0.4 minutes. This was our best lineup. If we go to lineups who actually played some minutes together. Walker, Oladipo, Reddish, Turner, and Tatum has been a really good lineup. I'm going to have to look into what a lot of these stats mean because unfortunately I don't know. All right, so let's look at our schedule real quick. Where is schedule? Right there. So we'll probably go up to this game right here. Probably play through this game against Miami. So we'll sim. Actually, let's just keep going, and I'll do what I had to do afterwards. So let's keep playing. Our next game, we'll go up to that game again on the 14th, and we'll end it there. So we take on the Spurs at home, and we win by 13. Another tough shooting night for Tatum. Only 4 of 13, but 9 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 steals. 24 points for Kemba. Oladipo with 16, 4 and 3, 8 of 10 shooting. Hampton had 15, 10 and 6 in 23 minutes. Obi Toppin had 20 and 22. That's a crazy line. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals in 23 minutes for RJ Hampton. Let's look at the transactions real quick and see if anybody was released that we want to potentially bring in for the stretch run. We got to go back a few weeks here. Okay, so the Hawks signed Jeff Green. It's a lot of recalling, no releases. Yep, no releases. Okay, let's move on. Bulls come to town, and we handle them. We win by 11, 122 to 111. Wendell Carter Jr., good game, 28 points, 16 rebounds. For us, Tatum had 29, 8 and 8. Oladipo with another strong game, 19 points. Kemba had 14, 16 for Miles Turner, 13 for Hampton to go along with 7 assists. Mason Plumlee, 6 points, 9 rebounds in 15 minutes. So some of these mid-season acquisitions doing pretty well for us. Mason Plumlee was a plus 20 in 15 minutes. Let's keep moving. We got the Lakers. We're going to L.A. to take on Aaron Nesmith and the Lakers. And we lose 121 to 109. That's a bit of a surprise. Nesmith had 17 and 5, so he had a good game for the Lakers. Derrick Rose, 23 and 11. Wow, it was without both LeBron and Anthony Davis, and we still lost. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 22. Oladipo struggled. Didn't take many shots. But, I mean, Tatum, Turner, and Walker all had good games. All had over 20. Just didn't get much out of Oladipo, and for the first time in a while, didn't get much out of the bench. Although 8-8-4 for RJ Hampton in 28 minutes is pretty damn good. I'll take that. All right, so we on the West Coast here? Are we taking on the Clippers or something next? The Suns on the road. We are 44-20. The Suns are 45-20. And we lose again, this time by 16. So 2 straight losses on the road out west against very good teams. 35-12 for Booker. Ayton had 20 and 14. For us, all 5 starters in double figures. 21-5 for Tatum. 16-9 for Miles Turner. We didn't get much out of the bench again, although Hampton is doing other things. He only had 2 points with 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Toppin had 13. That wasn't a great game. Paul 17-9. All right, so we lose 2 in a row. Are we still in first place? Yep, half a game up on Brooklyn. Let's keep going. March 9th. Oops, I don't want to play the game. I want to sim the game. And we win by 9. So that is a nice bounce-back win after a couple of tough losses. As Tatum, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. Good game for Tatum. Struggled with his shot again, though. Oladipo, 27 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And that's why we brought him in. We didn't really have anybody else who was capable of doing this other than Tatum and Kemba, but those days are in short supply right now. Turner had 8 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocks, 3 steals. 13-8 for Hampton, 23 for Toppin. Cool. So we were going to go to the game we were going to play through the game on the 14th. So we take on the Kings now. That's a tough loss. Losing to a bad Kings team on the road, giving up 143 points. It's not what I wanted, but he healed with 29. Who's this? Wenyan Gabriel, undrafted 24-year-old, went off for 28 points against us. Oof, we got beat by some G Leaguers here. Dante DiVincenzo had 20. Alex Len had 19. Chandler Hutchinson. Ugh. Tatum, 21 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists. Oladipo had 19 and 7. Walker, 23 and 10. We didn't get much out of the bench this time. That was part of our problem. Not a lot of scoring out of the bench, all things considered. Their bench hammered us. All right, so we got one more game here this episode. Hopefully we can end it on a winning note. As we come home, I believe it was against the Pacers? Against the Heat. And we don't. We lose. So we've lost 4 of our last 5. It's not kind of how I wanted to go out of the episode, but, it is what it is. So Adebayo, 25 points, 21 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks. That's a game. Tatum had 22, 12, 7, 3, and 3. That's a game. Kemba, 17. Oladipo, 15. Sadiq Bey had a pretty good game in only 15 minutes. Reddish struggled. Hampton and Toppin both had 9. So, all right. Well, we've lost 4 out of 5, which puts us a game and a half now behind Brooklyn, which gives us, 1, 2. We're in the 4 spot right now. So that means we would likely be taking on Philadelphia in the first round if I have this planned, if I have this correct, right? Philadelphia. The Knicks are up to 11-58. Let's take a look at the poor Knicks. They did pick up Jaren Jackson, who is a great pickup for them. He's only 22. They had Patrick Molinari, who was their first-round pick. He is doing pretty well. And they have Julius Randle. So they got a couple, although this Julius Randle isn't doing as well as the real-life Julius Randle. So they have some talent, just hasn't come together yet. For us, Tatum's average has slipped a little bit. Turner's is up a tad. We get Robert Williams. We'll get Robert Williams back next episode. We'll have him back for the playoffs, thankfully. Jalen obviously done for the year. We want to have Jalen back to the start of next season. Yeah, so let's take a look at the power rankings. We are currently third in the power rankings, even though we've lost 4 of our last 5. They still have us sitting in third against a team we just lost to. So, oh well, it is what it is. So that's going to do it for this episode. So next episode will take us up to the end of the regular season, I think. Be March through April. And then we'll start talking about the Season 2 playoffs. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.